Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to your July 2024 reading. My name is Nigel, and you have found Alchemy. Okay, so let's get started here. We have the release card in reverse, pretty much covering your whole month. So, I mean, I don't want to speak on it right now, but it looks like it's either something you should release that you're not releasing, or something you may be indecisive about releasing. You do have the Phoenix here, and the Phoenix rising from the ashes. Maybe you feel like a Phoenix I remember there was one of your readings where you were a Phoenix. You may have come from nothing. You may have built your life up from nothing. You may have lost everything and are so rebuilding your life. But it is, you have your mind here. It is a very positive card. You have your mind here on a perfect situation. These cards are so hard to pick up. This is what you have your mind on, not so much, the ocean, but what this represents. It represents peace. You're looking for peace. You want the happily ever after. You also have the androgyny card, right? The androgyny card can mean that you can be fairly androgynous as a human being, waffling between two sexes. This could be a queer card, just to be plain. But in many cases, even if all of that's true or none of that's true, that card will waffle between one thing and another. It will waffle between the positive and negative polarities. It'll waffle between two choices. Back and forth type energy. Almost, reminds me a lot of Gemini energy, to be honest with you. So that's interesting. And you also have cryptocurrency. Now, this could be something that you're looking into. You could be looking into crypto. You also could be, this card, when this comes out, sometimes it's this comes out for people who are attempting to make money online in some way. It doesn't necessarily have to be crypto. It could be a website, a YouTube channel, something like that. Anything that you would do online to make money. Maybe it's something you're thinking about. You have the student here, and the student could mean that you're an actual student in school, or it could mean that you are working at a school. It definitely could be. It's on a higher level. It says to teach yourself to succeed with money, or get a financial advisor to teach you. So if for those of you who are looking into crypto or something online, this will you will become a student, and perhaps somebody will teach you about this. Likewise, like I said, you could be on a campus yourself. Now, your personal power this month seems to be at an all-time low. This came in reverse. It says reclaim your power and recognize your worth. Don't give away your power to others. It looks like you are not feeling it this month, Scorpio. You have here, oh, that's interesting. Yeah. Remember when I said this reminds me of Gemini? Yeah, it says new moon in Gemini. Communication is the key. Since I mentioned Gemini before, Gemini might be highly aspected in your chart, or you may be involved with a Gemini. We are currently in Gemini season as well. So this might be affecting you in some way. The new moon in Gemini was on June 6th. For your information, perhaps something important happened around that time. It does say new love here, and it says there's a new chapter beginning. And this new chapter could be with a brand new person, or it could be leveling up with the person you're with. But I have to tell you that all these cards put together with these oracle cards just looks like back and forth type energy. Like one day you're happy with this person, the next day you're not. One day things are going great, the next day you're fighting. One day you want to leave them, and the next day you love them again. So it seems very, very Gemini-ish to me. Fascinating. Okay, so let's look at your month here. You have the Knight of Wands here, starting your month off. And on this side of the Knight of Wands, it could be pretty reckless. It could be pretty reckless energy. You might be feeling reckless. You might be feeling ready for battle. You may be trying to hang on to something very strongly here, Scorpio. with that Four of Coins, and you have the Wheel of Fortune, and you may feel as though your fortune, your destiny is out of your hands. Like on this side of the deck, it would be you in control of the Wheel of Fortune, and on this side, you're almost like, I'm not going to say a victim, but you are sort of a passenger. You might feel like you're lacking control at the start of the month. In your own life. Now, in the middle of the month, true to this whole reading, you have the happiness card, the happily ever after card. This could be something that's on your mind. This could be a feeling that you actually have mid-month, but centering your whole reading, right? And the center card is the most important card here. You have the card of Gemini, and it's the darker side of Gemini, I might add. It is, the card of making a decision, being undecided, perhaps not being able to make a decision, making a decision and then changing your mind. You might be dealing with someone like that as well. But I'm telling you, Gemini is coming out over and over and over again. And so Gemini, that sign matters in this reading. You do have the Devil in reverse, and the Devil is, generally speaking, it's Capricorn energy, but it's toxicity that is leaving a situation, or should I say temporarily leaving, because I'm telling you, no matter, every time I see a card that means something, 3 cards later it means something else. So it seems as though you have back and forth energy this month, even as far as, look at this, you have the happily ever after card, you have the dark side of Gemini, which is pretty much indecisiveness and not being able to make a decision, and dealing with the darker side of Gemini. You could be dealing with a liar, and you have here the Capricorn in reverse here. So you have that too. I mean, that's like toxicity leaving, right? Toxicity leaving, being happy, all in like one section of your reading. And here at the end of the month, you are under a lot of stress, but you feel the stress is worth it. You think that the end result, the prize here, is going to be worth it. You are waiting for some sort of message. You're waiting for some sort of sign. You may be heading back to this relationship. I mean, it looks like there was a point in this month where you were really thinking about moving on. It looks like you're heading back towards this devil energy. Not that, when I say devil energy, it's not to say that the person you're involved with is evil, but the relationship has aspects of toxicity. It also has aspects of beauty, from what I'm seeing here. We'll clarify all that, but for now, let's look at this. In your warnings column, you do have a month where you might not be getting the help, the understanding that you need from your partner, and this has turned out to be some sort of love reading. Apparently, you're not getting the commitment that you want out of your love partner. That's Taurian energy, and here's Pisces energy coming in sideways, where the warning here, interestingly enough, is that you can't go too introspective with this energy because it's unstable, but you can't take it lightly either. It's a very delicate balance here with the Hanged Man coming in sideways. Very tricky, weird month. But here we have in your blessings, we have healing from all this, right? We have the Three of Swords in reverse. We have the end of balancing things and juggling things and feeling a certain way, and you do have the Knight of Cups in reverse, right? It's the end of being offered something and not getting anything more than just that offer. Now, that said, you are going through ups and downs. There is no stable energy here. So whatever you end up with here at the end of the month might not be what we'll dip into next month at the end of the reading. Let's just do show me the beginning of the month here for Scorpio. Show me the beginning of the month for Scorpio. You have Unicorn. It says, use your intuition to make to make beneficial changes. Yeah, I mean, use your intuition, but don't overthink it here, Scorpio. I think that you might, whoever I'm reading for, has the tendency to overthink things. Show me mid-month, please. Yeah, great passion. Whoever you're involved with, you feel very passionate about, for sure. Show me the end of the month for Scorpio. You have 2. Scorpio, you have the Fly, a period of ill health and depression. I would say so. I think you're going to go up and down this month. I think you're going to waffle between happiness and depression. Yeah, it says sorrow over a loss. You're going to waffle, definitely. There are things you want out of life. You want to level up. Perhaps you're trying to communicate. Your personal power seems like it's at an all-time low. You're being told to release something, and that could be your tendency to overthink. That could be your tendency to take things to a degree. But, you know, it's weird because in certain aspects of this reading, you are being told to think. So I don't feel comfortable with this energy. I can't imagine that you do either. I think it's a very uncomfortable energy, especially for a fixed sign like Scorpio. This would be perfect energy for Gemini, but I don't know about you. Unless you have a lot of Gemini placements, that's very possible too. Show me these warnings here. You have Crown, honor and respect will come to you. I do think that's true. I think that you are traveling through this very strange time. Show me these blessings though, please. Peacock. It says, beware of great pride. Do you have great pride here, Scorpio? Are you too proud to communicate properly? Are you too proud to just put on the table what it is you want and need? Or is that the person in question? Is the person that you're with a bad communicator? It looks like one person in this situation is a bad communicator and one person is a good communicator. It looks like one person has a definite picture of what they want out of their life and the other person waffles a lot, isn't consistent, very inconsistent energy, right? So let's dip into next month a little bit and then we'll draw a few more cards. You do have ancestors here. This might have something to do with it. You might be remembering things from your childhood, things from ancestors. It doesn't mean it's the cavemen. It means that it could be your father, it could be your mother, it could be your grandfather, it could be somebody that you actually know. That has bearing on the way you are reacting and feeling and what you're settling for right now. You have a toxic work environment. I do think this is, it could be actually your relationship for sure, or it could be your actual work environment. But being that we're so into this relationship and we did pull the devil, then this, and I did tell you, this relationship has pockets of toxicity to it. It just does. And it could just be the fact that you guys don't hit the mark. It's not that one of you is bad and one of you is good, you know. Here we have stay at home, but it's in reverse, right? It says spend time at home, take a break. Maybe staying at home is a very bad thing for you right now. Maybe you should stay busy. It says keep the door open. It says don't be so focused on a closed door that you don't see the ones that are open for you. Definitely keep your options open here, Scorpio. You're a very stubborn sign. All the fixed signs are. So I do think that for some of you anyway, you might be hanging on to a situation out of pure stubbornness. You do have laborer, and the laborer is in reverse, and it says, don't be afraid of hard work. Don't be afraid of hard work. Your hard work will be rewarded, but this is in reverse. You know, some of you may be beating a dead horse. Some of you might be in a situation where you're doing everything you possibly can to keep something afloat, and maybe even your person is, you know, either the person you're with is not trying at all, right, or not trying in the ways that are important to you, or they are trying, but not in a way that you could accept as trying, and the two of you are just cross purposes. You have here a new start is coming. I do believe that. I mean, a new start is absolutely coming if you'd like it. You do have the darkening, and the darkening heralds a time of introspection. The darkening heralds a time where you're going to go inward to try to find answers. You do have somebody here walking away. I mean, this could be you, this could be your partner, or this just could be a thought that crosses someone's mind. You do have someone here who basically is in pain, but it's self-inflicted. Somebody is in self-inflicted pain here. Somebody is in pain from a relationship. I think this person, whoever it is very smart, and they must know intuitively that they're causing themselves pain, but they're doing it anyway. And here we go. It's somebody walking away and leaving a bloody trail. Now, the good news is that you will experience some sort of victory here in the future, especially with all this fire energy. My God, that's great. You have the King of Wands, you have the Six of Wands, and unfortunately, here we go. This is somebody who feels all this wand power, right? It's very masculine energy, and who chooses to go back. Chooses to go back. This would be moving forward. You're choosing to go back. Listen, I'm not trying to talk you out of this relationship, because I don't see that this other person is a bad person, honestly. But there is someone here that is very stubborn, and there is somebody here that that is very foolish. That is very foolish. Somebody who is just not particularly mature. Not particularly mature. Somebody who's not offering anything of substance. There is one person who is a page and one person who is an emperor. You're on two different pages. Always fascinating here, Scorpio. Wait, before I do this, let me dip into this deck. You do have the Sword of Truth coming towards you next month. You're going to have more choices. I think your mind's going to be a little bit more clear. I think you're going to experience clarity here. Yeah, look, you're going to experience a way out of this, whether it's a way out, meaning a way out of thinking this way, more clarity. You're going to be studying this situation and what caused you pain, and you're going to understand that there are certain things that can't be changed. You may very well, look, you may very well not close out a cycle and go right back to this person. I mean, listen, for better or for worse, I do think that you're trying to figure this out. I do think the two of you might argue. You might have arguments. I think that there are times this relationship makes you feel like you're in torment, but there are times you are so good with it, everything is fine. And here we go. This is the King of Cups, Mr. Scorpio himself. So, male or female, you are going to feel more like yourself next month. I do think you're going to, oh look, this is great. You are going to snap out of this, and you're going to head into a really, really nice time. But I do think it's going to be a rocky road here, Scorpio. It looks, man, I'm telling you, if I didn't know this was a Scorpio reading, I would swear it was a Gemini reading. That's how, it's so Gemini. It's just so, I'm going to pull 2 cards for Scorpio, please. 2 cards for Scorpio, please. 2 cards for Scorpio. Oh, one of them fell on the floor. Give me 1 sec. Luckily, these are not. Wait a second. Oh, sorry, you had 3 cards. All right, luckily these aren't red in reverse. You have a lot of passion and chemistry with this person. You may sabotage. There may be times you sabotage this relationship. Or maybe this person does. There's a certain amount of sabotaging going on. Please look for messages in your dreams. I think that this situation, and this energy would get anyone and make them feel unbalanced and make them feel like they don't know whether they're coming or going. And so I think that you should try do whatever grounds you, whether that's walking in nature, meditating, taking a nice bubble bath and really being quiet, lighting candles, whatever that means to you. But really ground yourself here, Scorpio, because I think that you're going to need it. I think you're going to need it this month. You have give it time and gambling. Problems with addiction, gambling, or bad finances. I don't look at that literally. I think that you are taking a gamble with this situation. I do think the spirit is telling you to give it time. I think you're going to figure it out. At the bottom of the deck, it says, open up your heart. It will help you to attract more love. Like I said, I can't pin a bad guy sign on either of you. I think that you guys are just, it's weird because it's like you're a lot alike, but you're very, very different. And the ways that you're very, very different, it's causing a problem. And you can get on, I mean, there's a lot of indications here that says the relationship can be saved and that you could be, reborn into something better, leveling up here. But there's also a lot of signs that say it's a gamble and that it can go either way. And that definitely, most certainly makes sense because the rhythm of this reading is very unstable. Give me one more for Scorpio, please. Give me one for Scorpio. Give me one more for Scorpio, please. You have the sun and you have the desert. Now, interesting. So you have the sun, which is masculine energy. The sun is obviously light. The sun is obviously illuminating and bright and warm. And then you have the desert, which is being alone, solitary, right? But in this card is not solitary. If you look, there are two people on this card. This card is. It's more energy that's opposing one another. You could go either way with this. I'm telling you, there's someone in this connection that can go either way. Absolutely, positively. For some reason, I am being called to pull one more card, and I will. I will pull this card. One of these. For Scorpio, please. You have Aries. Trailblazing, innovative, fearless. Yeah, you come into the month like that. Remember when I said this is very reckless energy? Definitely, you are a bit reckless at the beginning of the month here, Scorpio. And you have inner spark, sacrifice, devotion. Two completely different cards. You have assertiveness, recklessness, and then devotion. Sanctity, sacrifice. Interesting. As always, I'm going to pull a timing card for you guys. And I want to know when all this unstable, when is this unstable energy going to leave, Scorpio? It's up in the air. Of course it is, Scorpio. The bottom of the deck, it does say within 6 months. But it is up in the air. I mean, basically this whole reading has been up in the air. It can go this way, it can go that way. Gemini, please let me know in the comments if you are involved with a Gemini or you have heavy Gemini placements or something, because it's just screaming Gemini. I wish you all the luck, Scorpio. Big hugs. Don't forget to listen to your birthday reading. It's good for 1 year. Namaste.